Okay, welcome back. So this is the part two. We started the series yesterday talking about moving from trenches to treasure, moving from lack to want, moving from zero to hero. Okay, and somebody said that it's even possible to move from minus zero, minus 10, minus 100 to whatever number you see as your final destination. Okay. So my name still remains Okpe Oluwa. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this video. So there are some couple of questions in this part that I want you to really sincerely ask yourself. And of course, we cannot even exhaust those questions in this series that we have started right now. We can't exhaust it. It's almost impossible for us to exhaust it. Okay. So how do we now move from where we are right now? Because I mean, identifying where you are right now is very, very, very important for you so that you can know where you are going. I mean, somebody said if you want to go on a journey from Lagos to Abuja, you have few choices. You can either trek from Lagos to Abuja, you can't swim from Lagos to Abuja because there's no waterway from Lagos to Abuja, or you can decide to what? Take a bicycle. So you can cycle from Lagos to Abuja. It is practical on paper. I don't know whether it is possible in reality. You can take a motorcycle, power bike, and the rest, quad bike. So you can take a bike from Lagos to Abuja. I mean, so you just find a route and start the journey and you keep moving, right? I mean, actually, somebody took a bike um, from London to Lagos. So it's very, very possible that you go through that route also. Okay. So the next option that is available for you is that you can equally fly. Okay, no, you can take a bus, you can take your car, and you can take a train, and you can equally fly. So you can fly from Lagos to Abuja. So those are the choices that are before you. So uh, these choices will determine how quickly you get there, um, what shape and manner you are going to get there. Of course, the person that will fly will probably get there within an hour. The person that will trek will probably get there if if not as a dead body. Okay, so it will determine the shape and form that you get there. So that's just the same way from where you are right now. Whenever you have been able to establish whatever mentality that you have been able that you have that you are running with right now, the destination will be determined by the vehicle. How fast you get to the destination will be determined by the vehicle that you are taking to the destination. And I will start with these two stories. There are two stories that fascinate me a lot, and I'll take this the clue from the Bible. And number one of that story is we all know the prodigal son. And for those that need probably a scriptural reference to that is Luke chapter 15, verse 17. This particular scripture speaks sense to this. And he said that this prodigal son asked his father for his inheritance and it was given. And what we had was that he left and he went to squander that which was given to him and he was living like a nobody. And at some point in time, the scripture using this particular word that when he came to his senses, no matter what state you are in life, at some point in time, you will just come to your senses that there is something better for me. That was what happened to him. It was more or less like an eureka moment. There is something better for me. So that was what happened to the guy. And he started comparing himself with his own, the people that he used to lead before, the servant in his father's house and all of those things. I need to make a U-turn. So at every point in time, you need to come to that state that now I cannot continue my life like this. I need to make a U-turn and I need to move forward. Okay. So, and The second, story that fascinates me too is in scripture, because you see, on a journey, we must at every point in time do this evaluation. So the next one was that he said that suppose anyone wants to build a tower, won't you first sit down and estimate the cost to see if you have enough to complete it? So it's not for you to just come to your senses. You need to sit down and determine that, see, this journey that I want to embark on, I hope I'm in my I hope I can even go on this journey. Can I even afford to go on this journey? I want to go to Abuja. The reason why some people probably trek was because they don't have enough to fly. They might not have enough to take a bus. They might not have enough to drive. They might not even have a vehicle to even drive. And so also are we in life. So the number one question you need to ask yourself is that, when am I going to come to my senses? Just like the story, when am I going to wake up and decide that this trench, this lack, this indebtedness, this low life that I'm living, there's a better life? I won't share that there's this first stage when you want to build wealth. It's applicable here too. There's a state where you are not even aware that you can actually build wealth. It's a state of unawareness. And also there's a state of, you now come to awareness that, okay, my life can be better than it is right now. And there's also a state whereby you now begin to acquire the relevant knowledge and use the relevant knowledge. It's also a stage. And you now start making that wealth. And there's a stage whereby you will be so mastered building wealth that you start building wealth in an automated version. So all these are states. So you need to first of all come to your senses. And the state of coming to your senses to move from lack of awareness to what? Being aware. That is very, very, very important. Being aware. So when am I going to come to my senses? So you need to answer that question for yourself. Nobody will answer the question for you. You need to answer the question for yourself. So when am I going to come out of my mess? When am I going to come out of my state of lack into a state of abundance and not being enough? And that is very, very important. After you have come out of that evaluation and retreat, you now need to ask this next question, because this is very, very important, and this is where I'm going to be rounding up on this part 2. Then we'll move very, very fast for part 3. Is, where am I right now? So when you come to your senses, you need to understand where you are right now. Where am I right now? So basically, human beings, we are all divided into these some people even say 7 areas, whatever area. So number 1 is 7 areas, basically. Financially, where am I? Relationship, where am I? Spiritually, where am I? Academically, where am I? Family, where am I? Health, where am I? Service and ministry, where am I? And lastly, if you want to add it, personal development and goals in life, where am I? So you need to sit down and have this personal retreat with yourself and say, okay, where am I? And you need to document it. Because if you don't know where you are, you cannot even know where you are going to. What if where you are is the best state you think you are? You can never be. So how can you compare for success? The reason why there is a marking, the reason why we get scored in an exam is because there is a marking scheme. That's the reason. You cannot be scored in an exam if there is no basis to compare the answer that you give, which is your marking scheme. So this will help you to determine, okay, this is the state. If you have spent 30 years of your life, 15 years of your life, 40 years of your life, you now need to know, okay, this is the state that I am right now, and this is where I would like to go. And this has to be an honest review. unbiased review of where you are as a person at the moment. Okay, so my name still remains Okpe Oluwa. So let's just stop here. Do this evaluation on your finance or your personal development or your relationship and marital, spiritual, academics, finance, health, and service and ministry. Do this evaluation. Then after doing this evaluation, you write it down. Then we'll pick it up from the next part on what to do after doing this evaluation. Come to your senses and ask the correct question of where you are right now. So go play big so that you can win big. Don't let anybody tell you that you cannot win big. That will be all for now. Bye.